Welcome back to ESPNU College Football Primetime, presented by 5 Hour Energy. Back in Vegas, great work by our tape room, part of our production crew here in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Utah State trails UNLV 17-14 as we enter the second half. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Coach Dan Hawkins, Joe Davis. Boy, doesn't get much more frustrated than that last possession. Twice Utah State throws touchdowns and has them negated by penalties. Then they get the ball to the 1 to finish the half and find a way to run out of time without getting any points.
Yeah, illegal formation, man downfield, those 2 penalties. Now, if you watch the right guard here, Marcosian, 54 was trying to pull. I think they were trying to run a quarterback power out of an empty formation. At first, I was putting it on Darryl Garrettson, I thought, and then they just botched that. He wasn't able to spike it because he didn't even get the snap. So that's very frustrating. That's an opportunity lost. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times.
And that was 4th down anyways, so Spike wouldn't have done him any good. UNLV deferred in the first half, so they get it to begin the second half. Marcus Sullivan spins his way into the arms one of the coverage men at the 25. As quarterbacks in the first half, what I was most impressed with was how well they felt the pressure and moved in the pocket. 3 sacks allowed by Utah State, but Garrettson did a good job of moving.
He did, and this half really will be predicated on, can Utah State get some pressure and some negative plays against UNLV, which has not happened. Put a lot of pressure on that defense to change the tide for the Aggies in the second half.
UNLV off to its best start in a decade in search of their first bowl game since 2000. What a big win this would be tonight. They start the half the same way they started the game, with a play action and the throw on the comeback. Incomplete for Anthony Williams. Nevin Lawson with the coverage.
He kind of threw that one high and wide, which is good, because if it had been on the mark, Nevin Lawson would have had an interception for a touchdown going the other way for Utah State. He broke on that ball hard.
So Herring now 7 of 12, threw for $114 in that first half.
Very efficient, and more importantly, not hurting his.
How about this off of the zone read? Across the 45 and a gain of 21.
Now this is kind of the different type of a zone read, where the quarterback becomes the guy that's the inside runner and the tailback's the outside guy, which is the opposite of most. Big separation inside. Normally when you play with a 3-man line, you have a few more gaps you got to cover in there.
Already more rushing yards than they had all last week, with a season low against San Jose State. They bring pressure, but it's dumped off, and Cornett continues to fight hard. Boy, has he battled tonight. 7 yards, with Vigil making his 8th tackle, and it's 2nd and 3.
Utah State brought pressure for the first time really in a long time on first down. Zach Vigil, Jake Dowdy, who's back in the game with a bummed up ankle, was a little gimpy getting there, but you have to be impressed with the way Caleb Herring handled it all.
This time Cornett shot down. That's really one of the first times you've seen this talented front 7 stop it for a loss.
They need to get some pressure and get a negative play or 2, kind of get a little emotion back.
It's a nasty group when they're at their best.
Yeah, and you've got a bunch of older guys. Some of these guys have been on LDS missions and come back, plus they have a ton of snaps and plays anyway.
UNLV was just 1 of 5 in the first half on 3rd down. 3rd and 4. Their opening drive of half number 2. Safety blitz coming. Herring running for his life. 1-on-1. Mata Ele for a first down against Tay Glover Wright.
Making plays, pressure coming. Pressure coming from the left-hand side. He gets out, escapes, wheel route. Matelli, the former walk-on, makes another good play.
Started his college career as a student at Oregon State, then a year as a student at UNLV before walking on last year. How about this play action for Barnhill? First down and goal, UNLV. Taylor Barnhill, the former quarterback and former linebacker, now playing that tight end H-back combo. Tackled by Alexander after 21.
Offensive coordinator Tim Rosenbaugh having him dialed up. That time they brought field blitz. Then you got a read option going back the other way, and Caleb saw the pressure, threw it into the hole just like Rosenbaugh drew it up.
Late shift by the defensive line. Able to shut down Cornett. And playing through the whistle. No flag comes out as Paul Pucala took Cornett down to the ground.
Getting a little physical. Guys are starting to get a little irritated. Some of the pride bubbles up. Nobody on Caleb Herring that last play after he gave the ball to Tim Cornett. See if they come back with another read play to get Caleb involved.
Here's a free play into the end zone. Sullivan laid out but couldn't get it. That'll move it half the distance to the goal. Make it second and goal from about the 2.
Rebels doing a nice job double
offside
calling.
Defense, number 96. Half the distance to the goal, second down.
Double calling the cadence. So UNLV stemming and shifting. They're trying to figure out what they're doing, and then sometimes they anticipate the snap count, jump off sides.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Todd Orlando knew that they would try to do that. Got to hold your water if those defensive players barks out that hard count, not show your hand. Shift the strength of the formation for second and goal. Cornett dropped in the backfield. Tavares McMillan, who's making his first start of the season, is injured.
Great job. They'd used that play earlier in the year, the fake and power to the right and pitching it back. McMillan unfortunately hurt, but doing a great job of defending the play.
He started 8 games as a freshman 2 years ago. Has mainly been second on the depth chart since, but moving into the starting role tonight. Already have Jake Dowdy a little bit banged up at linebacker, but it is a deep group.
Got his left shoulder tangled up in there. This is a great job recognizing, staying outside wider than the widest. Yeah, hard to tell. Looks like he caught his arm, pulled his shoulder a little bit.
It's a big play, though, for this Utah State defense. It was second and goal from the 2, now it's third and goal from outside
They
the
need
5.
to get fired up and get involved. You know, clearly this is, you know, particularly after Chucky Keaton went down, you've got to rely on the defense to sort of spark you, and you need some big plays. And they, unfortunately, today they haven't been able to get them. The big plays have come against them.
Todd Orlando's in his first season at Utah State. Spent the last 2 years as the DC at FIU. So third and goal for UNLV on its opening possession of the second half. This would be the 9th play of this drive.
Got to think some sort of a run-pass option here. Try to give the Rebels a chance to get into the end zone.
They fire 2 linebackers, throw to the vacated area, but Lawson steps in front and smartly goes down. Team leading 4th pick for Nevin Lawson, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Aggies.
There's the big momentum shifter they need. Caleb Herring has done such a great job managing the game and managing the football. Unfortunately, careless there.
Herring, who had only thrown 1 pick over his first 8 games, picked off for the 3rd time in the last 2 weeks. Big pick from Lawson to get Utah State the ball again with a chase for the Sprint Cup. Heads into the home stretch with 2 races left. Jimmy Johnson going to Phoenix, where he's won 4 times in his career, more than any other racer. He'll be on the pole looking for his 6th title. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Phoenix, presented by Quicken Loans, Sunday at 2 on ESPN. Won those 5 straight titles from 06 to 2010, trying to win his 6th now. Separated by just 7 points. Boy, a huge interception for Todd Orlando's defense, and Nevin Lawson stepping in front of that throw.
Comes down to 3 plays a game, and Nevin Lawson beat earlier for a big play, comes back and jumps that slant route by Davis, making a good decision. Veteran player.
So Utah State takes over. First possession of the second half for the Aggies begins with DiMartino. That UNLV run defense, 6th worst nationally on the season, has been solid tonight. They held Utah State to just 52 on the ground, less than 3 yards per touch in the first half.
A lot of tendencies in that formation for Utah State. They tend to run towards that wing a bunch, and I think UNLV's checking into that play.
Second down and 9. Play action. Garrettson steps out of it and runs away from Garrett for a first down. He was sacked 3 times during the first half. That total would be a lot higher if he wasn't moving so well.
Pretty slippery. Credit UNLV getting pressure really just with bringing 4 guys. Doing a lot of that boot protection, pulling the guard and getting out there to the right-hand side, and UNLV's countering with the rush.
DiMartino. A gaping hole that time. Ball came out. They'll mark him down with a gain of 8. Donnie Maka with the tackle at 2nd and 2.
Utah State. We'll see who this one ends up, see if they take a look at it. That is a fumble. Pretty sure that came out before the knee went down. We'll see if they blow it and take a look at it.
And then it would have to be clear that UNLV would recover it to give them possession. And here comes a whistle. I'm going to take a look.
Prior to fumbling the ball. Previous play is now under further review.
The key here, beyond seeing if the knee was down, was if UNLV was certain to recover.
I know you're going to wager a lot more money than a nickel tonight. I will bet you a nickel that that's a fumble.
Not all out from the slot machines at the Circle K.
I think that's out. Yeah. I think that's out. Good job by our crew. That's a great shot. Shows both the knee and the ball coming out. Fumble in the first half by Daryl Garrettson hurt them. The botched red zone attempt at the end of the first half hurt them. And you know, you got to give UNLV credit. But they've given up a few big plays too. So credit UNLV by and large playing an efficient football game. Utah State, this is going to be costly if it actually is a fumble.
But a game of mistakes for Utah State. The team trying to keep pace with Boise State, the championship race. So now the second element to this is, was UNLV going to recover? And the answer is yes. Tyler Gaston fell on top of it.
See, now my solution to these situations going forward, if I could wave a wand, get an official in the booth watching this live, have all the guys with a headset, you know, and a mic on and a headset, and just be talking, and don't have to have all this indisputable evidence. Just kind of say, hey, Dan, that was a fumble. Good. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Boom, spot it, go. We got these officials restricted from all this technology that we have and coaches have.
After further review, the runner was not down, and there was a fumble with a clear recovery by number 99 of the defense. It will be first down and 10 at the 43-yard line.
It was
Clock
Max
operator,
Eller.
please reset the game clock
loose
to 10:03.
You owe me a nickel. Pay up. Here's coming right at you. Punched out.
You're going to go spend that nickel at the Circle K, aren't you?
Exactly. Let it ride.
Wherever you are, there's a slot machine around here.
Let's see what happens now. Normally in this part of the field, you get a turnover, sudden change. A lot of times offensive coordinators like to take a shot. We'll see if offensive coordinator Tim Rosenball's got one dialed up.
Two high safeties for Utah State, understanding that tendency. And a flag down.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Already 15 more penalty yards in this game than their season average, which is second best nationally.
Get a little sloppy. It was cleaner early on, but
Caleb Herring, Bobby Houck says, is a shining example for bouncing back. He'll try to bounce back now from a critical interception in the end zone on the last drive. First down and 15. Off play action. Under pressure. It's Lawson who picked him off on the last drive to pull him down.
that's what the leaders on your football team do. They come in and make plays. Now, they did have Nevin Lawson lined up against Devontae Davis into the boundary that time, so I think they anticipated that UNLV would try to take a shot in sudden change situation.
Same thing here, into the boundary, defending Davis. Lawson, one in white to the bottom of your screen, will tighten up the coverage.
They wanted to contest throws and contest routes.
Herring looking that way. Lawson breaks it up, incomplete. What a third quarter for Nevin Lawson.
A clinic. Got his hands up, pressed him. Ran right in the hip pocket. He's getting fired up. He's making plays right here. Great patience, recognize the route, eyes around on the ball, making a play for it. Caleb Herring, get that ball outside of that outside shoulder. Give your big guy a chance to make a play up high.
That was our impact matchup coming into this game, 81 against 1. Early on, they played Lawson over Sullivan some of the time in the early downs, but all downs he's drawn 81 now. Stepping into pressure for Mata. Did he scoop it up? First down, UNLV. On 3rd and 15, they get 17 to keep the drive alive.
Utah State is not liking that call. They think it's an incomplete pass. Gotta like the answers they're coming up with.
Now they've overturned the call.
There you go.
It's as if they were using your system.
Good job by the crew, though. Other guys looking at it, running over, helping each other out. It's a tough game, moving fast, and that's a great job by the officials correcting that.
So the punt team comes out. The dangerous JoJo Natson goes back. Return this one from Logan Yunker. Short punt. Natson up to make the fair catch at the 20. Utah State has had a mistake-filled game, but still within 3 midway through the 3rd.
ESPNU College Football is brought to you by Joseph A. Bank. We fit most everyone. JOSbank.com. And the Discover It card. It's a game changer.
The Las Vegas Strip, 15 of the world's 25 largest hotels by number of rooms are on that strip. Caleb Herring took a shot in that final play and a little bit banged up.
This is the first time he got racked. That's Kyler Fackrell right there. It looked like he got his neck when he went down, but something I think Utah State wants to do is get a few hits on the quarterback.
Which have not done much up tonight. He's been pretty well protected and has moved around the pocket. Garrett's in with a straight drop. And lofting this one. Reynolds in coverage, incomplete. Maybe put a little bit too much under it as Gaston applied the pressure.
Well, the one thing I did like is he gave him an opportunity to make a play.
Also gave the backside safety chance to catch up, though.
Travis Reynolds made a lot of plays for him. He put it right where he needed to. And he's fit some balls in there. Darryl Garrettson proven he's an accurate passer.
2nd and 10. Martino. Stopped by Garrett and Gaston. The defensive line playing one of its best games of the season for UNLV.
They sure are. One of the keys to this game was Utah State wanting to take over the line of scrimmage. That has not happened. The D-line of UNLV has held up nicely, really with just 4 guys not having to bring extra pressure.
3rd down and 8. Here's pressure. They get to him. He's sacked for the 4th time. There was Trent Langham, a redshirt freshman from Garden Grove, California, with his first career sack.
Cross pop coming at you inside. 41 and 50 there, exchanging lanes. Also bringing another rusher from the outside, really rushing 7. Great call by Bobby's brother, Tim. That'll keep the in-laws happy.
Keith Whiteley back to receive this punt. Jaron Benchroot. Line drive that deadens at the 40. UNLV defense with a season-high 4 sacks, forcing the punt, taking over on the other side. We salute our veterans around the world that have served and are serving on this Veterans Day weekend. UNLV with a 17-14 lead. And David Green on that last special teams play, an awkward tumble, just now got off of the field. Fournette bounces back against the green and gets 5. Let's go back and look at this. Green getting hurt.
He got up the field.
22.
Coming off the edge right there on your right-hand side of the screen. Ooh, he got face masked. Got face masked.
Back to Cornette. Rumbles his way for a first down.
This is a part in the game here you've got the lead, you've got good field position. You know, if you can pound it on them more than a little consistently here, you can really kind of impose your will and take a market advantage.
Not many teams have been able to do that against Utah State. Here comes Sullivan. Takes the fake. Fournette takes it into the teeth of the defense, and Kyler Fackrell, the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week. At a 99-yard pick 6 a week ago, shuts the play down, a loss of a yard.
I think one of the reasons UNLV has been able to run it more is because they're not as, you know, a traditional one-back team. They'll get in 2 backs, they'll bring in tight ends, they'll add blockers to that box that Utah State doesn't probably see when they play the traditional one-back teams, which you get a lot of today in modern-day football.
Been seeing a little more pressure from Utah State on early downs. They bring an extra man here. Hearing a strong throw wide side. Montanelli. Incomplete. Coverage from Rashard Stewart. And it's 3rd down and 11.
Boy, Montanelli really giving great effort for this Rebel team. Now you're going to see the Utah State defense where the voodoo really comes into play. They have wholesale changes.
Voodoo. You're just talking about disguising
a lot of funk.
Yeah.
Kyler Fackrell is the nose lined up as a linebacker. We got 2 guys down outside and a whole lot of confusion. You can see him looking to the sideline. You got a 6-man box, but a very unconventional 6-man box.
Edge pressure coming. Getting to Herring. He was outside of the tackle box and got it past the line of scrimmage, but took a shot. So UNLV against that voodoo defense. Now 2 of 9 on 3rd down tonight.
More pressure over coverage. Got to do a better job containing Caleb Herring, but he goes down on the ground, and you can see he's not liking that either. That's the first time in the game in consecutive series he's been knocked to the ground.
Logan Yunker to send it away to Bruce Natson. It bounces. Calmly picks it up. Lucky that there wasn't a rush out for Utah State. Natson with a fair catch. 40-yard punt. Well, tonight's game track is brought to you by Taco Bell. As UNLV tries to pull this upset. They've really controlled things for a good chunk of the game, and I think it started with them being as physical or more physical than Utah State.
Yeah, then they hit a couple of big plays, and they got a big return in the kicking game by Sullivan, set them up. Unfortunately, they've squandered 2 opportunities of good field position, unable to capitalize. Now they need to see if they can keep Utah State back here on this end of the field and shrink that drive.
Out of the Wildcat to begin with Natson, who fakes to Reynolds and takes off with a seam. JoJo Natson, 16 yards on 1st down out of the Wildcat.
JoJo can go. Don't give him much space. He's not the biggest guy, but he's a fast athlete. Making the fly sweep again. You see 2 pullers coming back in. It's always hard. You got 2 pullers, you got 3 extra gaps, and to fit that right is tough on defense.
Got a nice block there from Robert Marshall, too. On 1st down, Martino. Into the arms of Alex Klorman. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Really have to give some props to that D-line. Sonny Sanatoa in there, and Tyler Gasson, Alex Klorman, and Mark Garrick in there. Those guys have done a nice job being real stiff at the point of attack.
UNLV is showing pressure off of the far side. Back off. Garrettson double clutches, throws into coverage. With the coverage coming from Fred Wilson against Ronald Butler, set it up 3rd down and 9.
No flag. I thought they might have got linebacker Trent Langham in there with a little bit of contact, but must have been clean.
Utah State above 50% on 3rd down tonight. 3rd down and 9. Down 3. Needing to keep pace with Boise State. Mountain Division. Garrettson steps up. Stays behind the line of scrimmage and finds Reynolds for a 1st down. Boy, it was close, but he felt it and stayed back behind the line of scrimmage for that 1st down.
What Darrell Garrettson does a great job of was when he takes off running, you'll see he's always got his eyes downfield, looking for his outlet throws. He doesn't just take off there and run scared. He's keeping his eyes downfield. Excellent job.
Big conversion. From the 42, they give him time to take a shot. Van Leeuwen came back and got it to set up 1st and goal. 40 yards against Kenneth Penny on his 2nd big catch of the game.
They want to do this. Again, this is an example of giving Leeuwen a chance to make a play. Does not have to be a perfect play. He goes up and gets it done.
DiMartino fighting for the goal line. And just short, 2nd and goal.
I think the snap came a little bit earlier. Now maybe here's where you want that quarterback sneak they were trying at the end of the 1st half.
One miss in the red zone for Utah State was a critical one to finish the half. DiMartino again. He's in. Touchdown, Utah State. And the Aggies back in front late in the 3rd.
Both quarterbacks in this game, their athletic ability and creativity and extending plays. Daryl Garrettson with the big third down conversion kept this drive alive, and then obviously hitting Lewin for really their first big play of the game.
Diaz adds on the extra point. Joey DiMartino became the featured back when Joe Hill went down with an injury. Has been a pleasant surprise as Utah State back in front. No BCS Countdown, the most thorough show college football on television with in-depth analysis, discussion of the standings, and more. BCS Countdown presented by Allstate is Sunday at 8:30 on ESPN and at 9 on ESPNU. Also live on Watch ESPN. Joey DiMartino with a touchdown run to put Utah State back in front despite not much going right. They've given up 4 sacks. Turned it over twice. Had a disastrous finish to the half, coming away empty-handed with the ball at the 1. But they do lead as we work late in the 3rd. Marcus Sullivan past the 20. Utah State trying to win its 3rd straight, trying to keep pace with Boise State at the top of the Mountain West Mountain Division. And Boise State off this week. Will take on Wyoming next week. And then at San Diego State. That can be a tough game down there in San Diego.
Yeah, Wyoming's taking on Fresno tonight. We'll see how that goes. Wyoming's very, very good on offense. Is going to give people problems. San Diego State solid. And I'll tell you, New Mexico running that triple option out of the gun down there. Bob Davie got them putting up some points.
Play action on first down. Gets the shoulders turned and gets it to Barnhill for his 2nd catch. Upended by Lawson.
Barnhill's one of those former linebacker, quarterback, athlete. Where do we put this guy? Smart, tough, plays fullback, plays a tight end. Really a utility guy. And it's good in this offense because you need those types of guys.
Fournette breaks tackles. First down, UNLV. On a pickup of 8 to the 35. Jake Dowdy back into the game after leaving with an ankle injury in the first half. Makes a tackle.
UNLV having success when they can both throw and run against normal looks. But when Utah State gets you down in this situation and starts bringing a bunch of funky blitzes, that's tough.
They show pressure from the near side here in season. How does Utah State call it off? They still bring it. Fournette trying to gas it. Got 5 or 6. They've been able to do that consistently all night.
Fournette really moving the pile. Does a nice job, makes contact, keeps the leg moving, always gets 2 or 3 extra. Again, you look at that run, doesn't look like much. Now you're 2nd and 4.
I think he's a little bit gassed. He's motioning to the sideline there, tapping his helmet.
You don't see a lot of teams that play the tailback, one tailback as much as UNLV. They'll usually roll 2 or 3 guys in there.
Safety Alexander comes down into the box to help Fackrell and company shut it down. Loss of 1 as they load it up to take it away.
Yeah, Fackrell's been bringing some edge pressure off here. Utah State. See number 9, Connor Fackrell. 6'5", sophomore. Leading the team in tackles for loss and sacks. See if they've been more of a contained rush. UNLV has been trying to get outside the pocket to help them with the pressure.
They bring 5 off his back foot, incomplete. Coverage from Tay Glover right. Crowd wanted the flag but won't get it as Aaron Criswell had it knocked away. And UNLV's now 2 of 10 on 3rd down tonight.
Bang, bang play. Happens fast. Close. Close. Got to come back for that ball, though. Can't stay there stationary. You got to take steps to the court.
And they're going to get a roughing the punter call. Devin Centers, who's blocked 2 of them this year, almost got a 3rd, but instead got a flag and a first down for UNLV.
Defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Yet another critical penalty for the Aggies.
Yeah, they've really shot themselves in the foot a few times. Again, when rushing the punt, that's not. Hands should be down, over the foot, eyes on the ball. If you're not there, you're running by the side. I think he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. And
that's a kid that's blocked 2 of them this year. Technique not there on that one. Critical penalty, keeping the drive alive. 5th of the game on Utah State. 2 of them in the first half negated touchdowns.
Well, that's tough right when Utah State was getting the momentum on offense.
Herring pulls it and has a first down across the 45. Does
Really,
it just enough to keep him honest.
Really smart sliding. Not taking extra hits, which he took on some of those pressures before. Boy, just a couple of those really make defensive coordinators nervous and really changes your whole approach when you start trying to bring guys.
That brings this 3rd quarter to a close. UNLV trying to pull the upset and become bowl eligible for the first time in a decade. Caleb Herring threw a critical pick. Garrettson's been under pressure all night, but Utah State leads as we go to the 4th in Vegas.